Welcome to the Education Exchange. I'm your host, Superintendent Jeremy Calles, and I have a few guests with me here today. We're going to start off with your introductions right here, George, and we'll go down the line.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Kayes. My name is Jorge Moreno. I'm the CTE Director.
My name is Robert Herzog. I'm the Director of Transportation.
I'm Oscar Gironi. I am the Counselor Coordinator.
All right, today we are talking about Commitment Day. It's the second annual Commitment Day, very big event coming up at State Farm Stadium. So let's tee off the conversation with you first, George. What are you most excited about for this Commitment Day?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the profile of a graduate. It's exciting to see our seniors coming to light with seeing what their career pathway is going to be. The opportunity to make those connections, network, and look what's going to happen next year for them. How are they going to get there? I know that you do a really great job in providing that motivational speech, creating that vision, but from there, for them to go out and work with our partners, our universities, if they're going into post-secondary. And this year, just that elevation of making sure that our students have access to whether it's the professional attire, the interviews, or even just writing the resume. But it's great to see the community coming together and supporting our students and pursuing life after graduation.
I think for me, last year, Mr. Kayes, you said something in your welcome speech about how when you finished high school, you really didn't know what you wanted to do. And I think that we've got a lot of students that are that way. They've not thought, or they don't know what their career path is going to be or what they want to do for college or whatever. This gives them the perfect opportunity to kind of start thinking about that. We're early in the school year, so their academics play a role. Everything that they do plays a role in what we're going to be doing for the next 10 or 15 years. So Commitment Day for me gives them that opportunity. I saw so many students last year coming out of Commitment Day going, yeah, I didn't really have a clue what I wanted to do. Now I've got some focus, some pathway to reach the goal that I want to reach. And so Commitment Day for me just means so much to our students so that they can kind of start planning towards their future.
And Commitment Day is such a student-centered, community-centered event. And I feel like it gives the students a chance to mentally time travel into the future, make those connections. And they're going to see a lot of these same folks after they graduate. So being able to connect, being able to engage, just being able to put those plans into action based on the partnerships and those connections that they're making with all of our partners that are coming into State Farm Stadium. So we're excited to help kind of facilitate those connections for our students and families.
And on that note, Oscar, you've been the one who's taken point on making your connections, be
Amazing
their
job.
connections. Bringing everybody in. We're up to possibly over 130 organizations that are coming out for Commitment Day. You've worked hand in hand with all of them. What are some of the organizations coming out that you're most excited to see at this year's Commitment Day?
Well, we have our in-state universities, colleges. We have Arizona State. We have Northern Arizona, University of Arizona. We have many of our community colleges through Maricopa Community College District. I know many of our students will attend those schools, but this event is for everyone. All means all. So we have opportunities for students that want to engage in all different sectors, all different types of companies are going to be there. We have local utilities. We have companies that are just right around the corner. Construction. I'd say Mr. Moreno and I really made a concentrated effort as part of the subcommittee for getting the partners, looking at the CTE component, looking at all our organizations that we have that connect and align with really what we have to offer here within our district.
That's a great segue for my next question now, George. When we bring in these different partners, we have a lot of partners who are in the CTE area. How have you been able to leverage those relationships that we're creating to build out CTE and offer more for our students, not just on Commitment Day, but now throughout the year as you continue to work with those partnerships?
Yeah, so in CTE, we have what's referred to as an advisory. We have one twice a year. At these advisories, we work with our teachers to reach out to industry partners that align with their pathways. When we bring them in, we have those conversations about elevating our programs. And I start there because now we have a work-based learning coordinator. This coordinator is able to help facilitate the instructional coordinator at the sites, and we're reaching out to them and providing these opportunities to our students to place them. So once a student becomes a completer in the program, they have the opportunity to pursue what we refer to as a internship program. In that internship program, we look at all the qualifications, the vetting, and everything that's required to make these processes meaningful for our students to go out and demonstrate the skills that they're learning in our CTE programs from our teachers. And I think that's one of the things I'm excited about. Our second commitment day is to meeting more partners and providing students more opportunities, and overall just having them have the ability to demonstrate what they're learning in class and network and continue that growth towards that pathway. I always love saying that our goal is to save students time and money, and what I mean by that is as soon as they're able to network, know someone, get into the industry, they could start being rewarded with compensation.
And we're not just taking care of our students, we're also taking care of our staff. This is a very meaningful event for our staff when they can see that there is a plan for the students that we've been supporting, that they are going to go do something after high school. And Bert, your team, they're going to not just be providing transportation to and from the event, but they're also going to be at the event helping us with facilitating the students around the different activities at the event. Them being a part of an event like this, what exactly does it mean for staff, for them to see an event like this, to be a part of an event like this, to know our district is taking an initiative like this?
I think it proves to our staff that everyone means everyone. And that's just the way that it's been here at Tolleson for years. Our staff, we say it all the time, that our staff, our bus drivers are the first ones that these students see in the mornings and the last ones they see basically in the afternoons. And so our staff being able to interact with the students as they're there, finding their passion in some cases, our staff being there to kind of root them on. I love to see, and I've heard stories from our staff about how last year there was one student that went to one of my bus drivers and said, "Hey, this is what I've decided I want to do." And my driver was like, just you can't beat that feeling." And then he encouraged him the rest of the year. "Hey, where are you at trying to figure this out or whatever?" And kind of helping him work on that pathway. And it just, to me, when our drivers, our monitors, my staff gets involved, they see the hard work that they do Monday through Friday from 5:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. They see that hard work pay off in the students that are able to complete something meaningful for them.
And I couldn't agree with them more. That moment that light clicks, where you see that student now sees themselves in a position after high school, that they know that's something that they would enjoy, that's something that's obtainable. Like that moment that just clicks for that student of like, I actually have a plan now. Like that is an amazing moment, and you get to see a lot of those moments at Commitment Day. We're trying this year, to help bring those to life a little bit quicker. We've added some new things. So Oscar, can you talk a little bit about Dress for Success, Be a Leader, Counselor's Cove? What are some of the new additions coming out for this year's Commitment Day?
So we want to be able to provide students with opportunities to interview at Commitment Day. So we have some organizations that are willing to do that. They're going to support our students with interviews. Going into an interview, there's a lot of preparation that happens. One of the pieces that's very vital is being able to dress for success and be ready for that interview, not only mentally and emotionally, but physically. So we are partnering with Dress for Success. It's an organization that's going to come out. They're going to bring a trailer, and they're going to be able to dress out, help suit up students that are interested in partaking in those interviews. And it's a great partnership that we have with them. They're going to be able to support at least 40 to 50 students per day. And ultimately, it's about giving the student a comprehensive experience. So if it's an interview that they're going to be doing that day, they're going to be dressed for success and be ready for that interview. We also have partnerships with Be a Leader Foundation, Arizona State University Trio, and they're going to support with resume writing assistance and also helping students prep for those interviews as well. And Counselor's Cove. shout out to the counselors because they do so much of this work at the school sites as well. Obviously, it's a larger scale at the stadium. Counselors Cove is a great place for our students to check in with counselors and ask questions. They're going to have an ability to make those connections, obviously, which they do at the school site, but then they're going to be able to also get some more information. They're going to get a chance to get some snacks. It's a nice area for them to be able to kind of consider like a home base for the event, to be able to check in, ask questions, get support, and help us continue to guide them through the day.
So for a parent now, you may send us your student on the morning of commitment day, and they're in, shorts and a t-shirt, not really thinking about much other than the video games they want to play after school that day. And what might be coming home to you is somebody dressed sharp with the tie on, letting you know that not only do they have an idea of what they want to do after high school, but they actually have a job that they need to get to maybe as early as that weekend.
Perhaps, absolutely. So that is a great point. They are gonna be able to take those outfits with them. They're gonna get suited. They keep that with them. So yes, looking at those plans, they can change as soon as that very day or very next day for those students and the families. So we're looking at those opportunities being, again, very comprehensive and very vast. And we know that our students are gonna really appreciate that these organizations are gonna be out there, and it's all about them. It's all about our students and the family.
One of the things that I liked that he just said was we're talking about interview prep. A lot of young people don't know what to do when they go in for an interview, and so for prepping them to be able to go in and sell themselves as far as their candidate, I think is so important, and it's a skill that needs to be developed in our students. So this gives them that opportunity. If you go into an interview and you're not nervous about it, you probably don't want the job anyway, right? But so we know that our students are going to be a little nervous, but preparing them to prepare themselves for an interview is just amazing. I think it's a great skill set.
And another component we're adding to this is we're sharing a student preparation guide with all the sites, with the counseling teams, to be able to help our students prepare for the day of. So they'll have the ability to, there's some check box items on there for them to go through before the event so they can prepare, and things that they should consider for the day of. And something as, I think something that's really helpful, even just a statement of how you introduce yourself to a company, to an organization. Sometimes we take those things for granted, perhaps. And also some follow-up items as well, such as maybe sending a follow-up message to these organizations that spent time speaking with you, interviewing you.
Now, this is an event that's open to parents. Parents are more than welcome to come down, join their student. They're going to be talking to military. If you don't exactly want your students signing up for an 8-year tour and you'd rather be standing by their side while they're making that decision, we are opening this up to the family to come out. Bert, can you kind of talk from the father perspective now, not so much your district hat, but from your father perspective? You've seen the event before. You know what we do with this event. Like, what would that mean to you, being able to join your child as they're walking through all of these booths, all these possibilities for life after high school, and what would you say to parents who are on the fence about whether or not they should come out with their student and participate?
I think that, and hopefully, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we've got some parents of seniors that have also got juniors and sophomores coming up, that once they see this event, it's like, oh no, we got to do this every year that we've got a student. I wish that we would have had something like this when my daughters were going through high school. Luckily, my oldest daughter works for a school district now, and does very well, so I appreciate that. But I think as a father, knowing that, we as fathers care about our kids tremendously. It's the number one goal is to see them succeed in life. Again, there's a lot of times that those students either don't have the opportunity or don't take that opportunity. So for a parent walking in to commitment day, seeing what's going on, and knowing that the vendors, the people that are there, the schools, the military, the people that are there ready to talk to our students and possibly hire our students, for those parents to see that commitment from the people that are there for our students, you've got to have, your heart's just got to be full, knowing that all of this was planned for their student. Specifically, if one student gets a scholarship, or one student gets the opportunity to work at the place that they've thought that they've wanted to work for, their whole childhood or whatever. If one student gets to do that because of this, a parent's got to be think that they're very fulfilled for that.
Now, George, talking about all those opportunities, that Bert had just pointed out, you get to work with groups like Westmark, a lot of the businesses. I know that in your meetings that there's discussions about where different industries are headed, where the opportunities are going to be in the future down the road. And we have a lot of different industries coming out. We have medical. They can go be a pilot with Aviate Academy. What would be, just narrow it down to your top 3 of some of the people that you think that our students should go visit while they're there, like, just with where everything's at, where the jobs are going to be, your recommendations of, you might want to stop by this booth because that might be a place where if it feels right for you, you're going to have a lot of opportunities there.
Yes, definitely. It's always hard to narrow it down to 3, but what comes to mind for me is, health is such a growing field in our community that we're gonna have banner there. Anyone interested in the sports med and the medical assisting, you guys want to make sure to go meet with that vendor, see what they're offering, opportunities, because I look at things from a perspective of, if you're going to go to post-secondary education, that's really important, but a lot of times we need to work as we're going through school. So I have that type of mindset for those students. The second one I would highly recommend is, if you're not interested in post-secondary education, we definitely want to have those students look at the automotive, at the construction fields, that they're ready to take on our students, train them, and provide them some great career pathways. So keep that in mind. And for the third one, anything involving logistics. I feel that that's really
Bus
important.
driver.
Yes, bus driver. Logistics are really important, but for our community, tourism is also big. And what I mean by that is a stadium. We have the stadium, all the events that take place. We have the new Mattel coming up, the Phoenix Raceways. All those are great organizations that are looking for students as well.
So a lot of great opportunities out there for our students. Now, for our students, they're coming out to Commitment Day, being involved with the Commitment Day, and going through your own careers. You know how big of an opportunity this is. But as go back into your 18-year-old, 17-year-old selves and going for something like this, you may not know how wonderful this opportunity is in front of you to make all these different connections. Last bit of advice, if you're talking to our students right now, last bit of advice of, like, this day is going to go by in a flash. You can make connections that can last. What's your last bit of advice that you'd want to give to our students that they take in with them on Commitment Day?
Yeah, so for me, I would definitely tell them this conversation I love sharing, and it was with a student who was doing really well. And I asked him, why is it that you do so well? And he shared with me, well, I could see my future 5 years from now. I know what I want. I know what I have to do to get there. And I asked him, what would you say to a classmate? I would tell him to stop looking to Friday and start looking towards the future and start putting that plan together to get there. So when you're out there, make sure you keep that in mind. Think about all your passions, what you enjoy doing, and what you want.
It's great advice. Bert?
I think that a lot of times people, students, kids, whatever, they talk about, well, we never had the opportunities that some other people have. This gives every student an opportunity to excel and be amazing. I would love to see comparisons from Tolleson students that go through Commitment Day compared to some of our other districts that are around us that don't have anything like this, to see the success that it builds for our students. I think if I were to give any advice to any student, is take advantage of what you've got in front of you. It's going to be amazing for you.
Oscar?
And I would say embrace the opportunity, embrace the moment. They have more time on the floor this year, plenty of time to make connections, have those conversations. I think those preparation materials will be helpful for the students. And again, I know the counselors do a great job of preparing our students, but really just focusing on taking their time, walking through, asking questions, communicating. And I think that ultimately they're going to leave there with many positive memories that will eventually transfer over to actual successful opportunities for them. They're going to be enlisted, they're going to be employed, they're going to be enrolled.
Appreciate you guys sharing that advice for all of our students, and appreciate you guys coming on to the show today. And we appreciate our listeners for tuning in once again to the Education Exchange, where we aim to enlighten our parents and empower our students. And we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Education Exchange. Have a question or want to be a guest on our podcast? Email podcast@tuhsd.org for more information. Missed an episode? Catch all seasons of the Education Exchange on your favorite streaming platforms or at www.tuhsd.org/podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Education Exchange.